and welcome back to the YourTown television program. My name is Joy Anderson. I'm the Member Relations Manager with the Monterey Peninsula Chamber of Commerce and the host for this segment. My next guest is Pam Holguin, who is the Campus Director for Brandman University.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
This is kind of like a last-minute thing for us this morning, so it's
but,
okay. Thank you for being a sport.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Tell me about Brandman University. I mean, you're right here in the backyard of the AMP studios. So
yeah, we're right here at Heritage Harbor at Monterey. You know, we are part of the Chapman University system, and they've opened their doors in 1861, I believe, on the same day Abraham Lincoln was inaugurated as the 16th president. So
wow.
We've been around for a long, long time. Brandman itself, you know, we're over 50 years. We've been providing educational opportunities to adult learners locally, and we have 23 campuses between Washington, California, as well as our online campus. So it's an exciting opportunity.
What's your enrollment here locally?
We have probably in excess of about 200 students locally and online. We hold a lot of our classes here on ground, right here at the local campus, and we have our online programs as well. At our local campus, we do a really good job of, you know, answering to the community needs, and most recently we've noticed that our teacher credential program has exponentially grown. We achieved a national accreditation through the Teacher Accreditation National Council of Accreditation for Teacher Accreditation, and that has really grown our credential program.
That's fantastic, because I just was watching the news yesterday, and they said they had 197 teacher position openings, you know, and I was just, and that's just for our immediate area here. I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah. You know, if I was young enough, I might go back and do that, but
you're never too old.
but that's fantastic. So that's good.
Yes.
That we're helping to fill that need that we desperately have here.
Absolutely. We also have a lot of other programs that we offer. Locally, we do a Bachelor of Arts in Organizational Leadership as well as Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership. Those are on ground. We have our Masters in Family Therapy and Professional Clinical Counseling. We've just added school counseling to that program, which is, you know, exciting for us. Mm-hmm. We also have a very strong doctorate in organizational leadership program going on, where year after year we have local cohort of doctorate students at our local campus. So it's an exciting time.
It is, and you're one of those campuses that's kind of tucked away, and so people the general public doesn't even know about you half the time.
You know, that's one of our greatest challenges. We are a nonprofit. I worked for years for one of the largest for-profit educational institutions, and had an opportunity to come with Brandman, and I love that we are a nonprofit university, because everything that we generate, all the revenues go right back to the students. One of the challenges in that is we don't have the corporate marketing dollars to advertise Brandman University, so a lot of our marketing is word of mouth. The Chamber, of course, who are great supporters of Brandman, and we have noticed our campus growing as a result of that. So, you know, but it is a struggle.
Sure it is. Mm-hmm. Because, and I think, now, was this a change in name from Chapman to Brandman years back?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay.
They wanted to broaden the types of programs that we offer, and Sal Brandman was a veteran of the armed services who made a large contribution to Chapman University. So when they wanted to branch and expand the university, that's how the
name came up.
University
Okay.
came about. Yes.
All right. Because I remember, and I mean, I grew up in this area, but I had remembered Chapman for the longest time, and then it was Brandman, and I didn't know if it was just something that was bought out or if it was still part of the Chapman family.
Yes,
okay.
We're part of the Chapman University system, so we're still associated with Chapman at our core. In fact, that's where we are regionally accredited through WASC, through our Chapman University affiliation.
Well, good to know, because I think a lot of the residents who are longtime residents didn't really understand that whole, switch in the name and the purpose and why that happened.
Absolutely.
So that's good to know, definitely. So what would you say would be unique about your campus and your offerings?
I think what's unique, I don't think, I think more and more we are one of the pioneers of a lot of the educational modalities. We have a blended modality here in Monterey where the students attend on ground once a week and then online throughout the week.
Okay.
We have our fully online program, and then they develop My Path for those adult learners who have years of experience that they can bring into their program, where they can complete their program at their own pace, at home on a laptop, a computer. So now that experience counts, and they can show their expertise in content areas by applying that, their experience to that program.
I think that's fabulous, because you have a lot of folks that have years and years and a wealth of knowledge and experience, and they might not have had the higher education, and if they can kind of flip that over and get credit for that, I think that's awesome, because it encourages people who didn't have the opportunity to get those degrees and things that they need now.
Exactly.
Yeah, they didn't feel like they wasted their life working and doing something.
Well, and I'm the typical student. I've gotten my education through this same modality. I'm going into the doctorate program myself, the Doctorate of Education and Organizational Leadership myself. I am that typical student who's adding their education to raising a family and making everything balance with their busy lives. And what's very unique about Brandman is we have a very professional staff, and we know all of our students very personally. We know what their goals are. We are always trying to make sure that we are on their page and where they want this education to lead them, both personally and professionally. So that's really the spirit of Brandman University, is that one-on-one support to make sure that they attain their goals.
And that's what's unique about the university environment, where you have a small student body, I guess you call it, or enrollment, that you can give people that one-on-one.
Yeah, I mean, we will spend whatever time they need, from academic advising to financial advising. We have 80 full-time adjunct faculty and over 1,000 part-time faculty and guest speakers who provide a wealth of experience and their own education into the classroom and experience for those students.
That's fantastic. I love that. I mean, because that's, so many people need that, Well, the guidance. I mean, it's just like, well, especially for those that are re-entering, or career changing and things like that. It's like, well, I'm not sure what I want to do, but this is what I've done, and this is what I like to do, and, help me.
Exactly. We have students coming back. We have some students who've never been in the workforce that are entering the workforce for the first time. We have students that come in and need to change their career path. There was a lot of job loss years back, and they're trying to get back on their feet and find a new career path. And it's very important that we support them. And one of the most important questions is, well, what do you want that to look like for you?
Exactly.
And how can we help you get there?
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love it. Challenges, besides kind of
The marketing?
The marketing?
Yeah. I think the hardest challenge is truly providing an educational atmosphere where the students don't feel that they are just another student. And a lot of times I notice when they come in, they tell us about those experiences they've had in their prior educational experiences that they don't want. And I think the challenge is for us is to live up to those expectations and exceed those. And I think we're doing a great job of that. We have students and graduation is our greatest day. They go across the stage and they'll literally come and hug you and thank you, and they thank their professors. And it really makes it exciting for us and gives us a passion to show up every day and do it all over again for that next student.
I love it. It's very heartwarming. It's, yeah, especially for the, again, for the young adults and the, what was the word I wanted? The seasoned adult.
Seasoned adult. That's
Seasoned
me.
adult. Yeah.
I can relate.
So let me talk about you for a little bit.
Sure.
You're a Californian, right?
Born and raised.
Born and raised, but not on the peninsula. So how long have you been in this area now?
I was raised in the Central Valley, Stockton, California, but my whole family came from here, my mother's side of the family. My grandmother was the executive assistant to the civilian executive of Fort Ord till she retired.
Oh, wow.
My mother and all of my uncles graduated from Monterey High School, and I would come every summer and spend the summer with my grandma. And I would hate going back home, not because of where I lived, but I loved it here. And I was so envious because all my cousins lived here. And then 3 years ago, I got this opportunity, and I thought, oh my gosh.
Monterey, sign me up.
Monterey, yeah. I get to work in the field that I love and in Monterey. So, it's just amazing.
I think just like the conversation I had with Kyle earlier, it's just like, you just put that in your mind, and yeah, the goal is there, and here you are. So that's fantastic.
Yeah,
and you're married.
I'm married.
I have family.
I've been married 31 years to Ernie. He's an amazing man, and I have 4 daughters and 7 grandkids, and now they all want to move over here, and I don't know about that, but it's exciting time.
That's fantastic. So I know you're studying for your doctorate, and it's consuming every bit of extra energy that you might have. But aside from that, I know you served on our board at the Monterey Peninsula Chamber of Commerce, and any other outside activities or anything that you have time for?
Well, not only did I serve on the board, but I'm still very active in the education committee with Kathy Speller. We hold our meetings right here at Brandman University once a month. And I was also part of the board for Professional Women's Network. I'm a member of the Central Coast Human Resource Association. I love getting my hands into a little bit of everything. And this community, especially the chamber, is so supportive. What they have done for me and for Brandman, people now understand we're here, and that's because of the chamber. So my relationship with the chamber is very important.
Well, we're glad that we're able to help you get that exposure and let people know what great things that you do here. But the education committee, I know, I love the education committee. I just never get a chance to get over there and go to meetings like I used to. But you're doing such fantastic work. I mean, and just the whole cradle to career. I mean, when I go out and I talk to new members or prospective members, I mean, I really talk that up, because I mean, that's really, again, the wave of the future. We've got to get, kids aligned and in the right direction.
Yeah, in the areas of early childhood education and development. I know that Monterey Unified School District now has a grant or a scholarship, $10,000 a year for students that want to get their credential in special education, science, and math. So the Monterey area is really promoting the importance of that cradle to grave educational experience and getting people ready to enter the workforce.
So, when you talk about your life, here you are talking about, starting with elementary school children and then, with your university level. So you're kind of filling in the entire education.
Along with all the other
history.
educational entities in the Monterey area. I mean, we all collaborate very well together. We all have that same focus, that same mission, and
which is really good, which is really great, because we do have, we have, it's the Cal State University, and then we have our junior colleges, and we have Middlebury. So I mean, we're pretty much an education, the hub right here.
We are.
Which I think is fantastic for
Absolutely.
For students and folks that want to learn different things. So we fill in the whole spectrum.
Absolutely.
So,
and it's necessary. Everybody needs opportunities. We also serve DLI, Defense Language Institute. Their instructors are often our students in their Masters of Education programs. So there's such a spectrum and need of educational institutions here, and I'm just so excited to be part of Brandman.
We're all connected.
Absolutely.
All connected. You know, I think now with all of these educational opportunities, I think one of the things now that we have to really work hard for, and not just with the chamber, but the community in general, is to develop more job opportunities so we can keep all these folks employed and
job opportunities.
Job opportunities and some business development as well, because we have the potential and we have the folks, and I know you, like I, don't want to leave the area. I mean, so I think a lot of people are thinking the same thing. We want to stay here, so what can we do with these degrees and all this education that we're receiving?
Yes, and not only job opportunities, but the economic side of that. Get some better paying jobs here, because it is expensive to live here, and if we're going to retain people here, we need to have that opportunity for them. But it's here. It's growing. You see the Economic Development Committee. They're going strong.
They're going strong, and I know all our committees kind of interact with each other, and they all intertwine, because one works with the other in doing all the things that we need to accomplish. But I think Brandman's doing an excellent job. We're so glad that you're here, and that you're providing that educational opportunity that many folks didn't know was available, but now do, and we can share that out with the rest of the world and the community.
Do.
Yeah, we just know that's kind of what we do, and that's what we like to do. So
Thank you.
I appreciate your time with us. Any last words of advice? Or
well, if anybody's looking for an educational opportunity and they're a working adult and they're having a hard time fitting it into their life, have them come to Brandman. We're right here in Heritage Harbor at Suite 375B, and we'd be more than happy to talk with them.
What's your web address?
Brandman.edu.
Brandman.edu, and so that they can come and then they can look at the Monterey campus and see what your offerings are.
Yes, campus locations. Look at the Monterey campus. They'll find out the full staff that we have here, the programs that we offer here, and it'll give all the contact information and how to apply, and come and talk to us. Even if you are just interested, even if you're thinking about an education, we can help you to decide what path is best for you.
That's fantastic. So I always, like to suggest that people go to the website and kind of get a good feel for it, and then set up an appointment to come and visit the campus and walk through everything.
Absolutely.
Yay.
Well, thank you,
We're
Joy.
going to send some people over there and get some education and
we're ready for them.
Get a great job. That's what it's all about. Well, thank you, Pam, so much for joining me.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.